Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims.
All right, folks, 20th Century Film Docs here. This is going to be my entry into the contest that Mrdeleon9999 put forward for his Zompocalypse entries for that contest. And basically I have to pick which one of the George Romero films I think is the best zombie film that he made. And, you know, I've seen Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead. I think I've seen everything but Survival of the Dead. But hands down, the best one of all time has to be the original. It's Night of the Living Dead. I first saw that when it was recolorized back in 1986. Before then, I hadn't seen it. And they showed it on local TV, of all things, with all the gore and everything in colorization. And when I saw that, I think I was 13 at the time, and I thought, ugh, man, I thought it was awesome. So, having not seen any of the other zombie films at the time, it was basically the movie that set the ground for work for me for all the other zombie films, past or present, I guess, or really since then. And if you think about it, it's kind of a work of art. It really is, in my opinion, being as it's an independent film made outside of Hollywood for like $114,000, which was a lot of money back then, by some guy or a production company in Pittsburgh. George Romero did it with some production folks, some of the folks who actually starred in the film. I mean, they basically used local townspeople, friends of the family. I mean, it was really kind of a homegrown horror film, if you want to call it that, and one of the scariest ones I think ever made. Some of the things I like about it are the fact that it plays upon a lot of the things that scared people at the time, like the Cold War. In fact, I'm going to have some music playing here in a minute, and when you see it, or see the clip that it comes from, you're going to kind of appreciate the fact that it gets used in Night of the Living Dead as well. Now, I thought maybe the director did that on purpose. It turns out the production company used like a catalog of music from WRS Studios, I think in Pittsburgh. But nonetheless, it's rather ironic that the cause of the zombie apocalypse in that movie is by radiation from some satellite coming back into Earth, and sure enough, that same music was used in a Fallout public service film made for kids back in the 50s, if you can believe that. So it's rather ironic. I'd like to think that Romero did it on purpose, but who knows? If he did, it means he's the most awesome director ever to actually think of doing something like that.
Attacks us with nuclear weapons. Danger will come not just from blast or heat or nearby radiation effect, but also from fallout. Fallout which may occur miles and miles away from the blast. You need to know about fallout, what it is, how to detect it, and what to do to protect yourself against it. Everybody needs to know. Yes, this does mean you. Watch and listen. One day, these facts may save your life.
So, you know, there are a lot of things that aren't great about the film. For example, the fact that, you know, the female characters are kind of, you know, not very strong in the sense that you would think of them now. But the movie was groundbreaking in that the protagonist was an African American, and out of all the people in that film, he was the one to last the longest, if you want to think of it that way. Hope I'm not breaking anybody's hearts by revealing anything about the plot, but if you haven't seen it yet, you need to see it. But in any event, it was pretty groundbreaking. There are a lot of things that you see in other zombie films going forward, like the failure of the government to be able to provide adequately for the citizenry of the country, just a general lack of distrust with other people, with competing ideas. I mean, it has it all, and it crams it all into 96 minutes of just pure adrenaline-packed, just suspense and horror. And let's see, I think one of the things I don't like about it is there's not many great quotes in the film, but here's my favorite quote, and I'll show it to you right now.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
In any event, I hope this entry here is good enough for everybody or meets y'all's approval. And I hope I win, because I really like the goodies that I saw. That's why I'm going all out on this video here. So anyway, 21st century or 20th century film docs, formerly 21st century film docs, we're out of here.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.